On this episode of The Gatekeeper, we're going to talk about promotion. And promotion for a band, not only doing concerts, but to get the band from point A to point B with these promotions. Keith, talk to me about your day as a road manager.
Oh, my day starts out real great. I'm on the bus and I'm about 40, 50 miles away from the next city where the venue will be, and somebody comes and wakes me up. I take my briefcase, carried it in, and that's where I have my itinerary. Well, days before, I've called the hotel. I've advanced. They've been sent a rooming list. It's got each band member's name on it. So they take the rooming list, get an envelope, put the key inside the envelope along with the rooming list. I go back to the bus. If they're not awake, I put it in their bunks and lock the door to the bus, and I go in and start my day.
However long Molly Hatchet is on tour, you really don't have a day off. I mean, a day off with the band, they're free to do whatever they want to do. The crew, the sound guys, the light guys, they can kind of just relax and, enjoy the city. Keith Johnson can't do that.
Yeah, it's like Bruce. He's going to work out at the gym. The other guys in the crew and some of the band members, they're going to the mall or they're going to go see a movie. Not me. I'm stuck at the hotel advancing shows and getting ready for the next day.
One of your duties of road manager, not only to get the band on stage, but it's to promote the band. And back in the day, promoting the band meant more money in their pockets. In other words, selling records, selling concert tickets. But as of today, things are done on the internet, streaming and whatnot. But back in the day, it was quite different. Why don't you tell us about promotion? How did Molly Hatchet get their name and their music out to the public?
Well, usually the A&R person from Epic Records has talked to the radio station there in that city where we're doing our show. And they set up an interview. I get Danny, or I get Dwayne, or I get Dave, or I get all three of them. We go to the radio station. They do an interview. They stay there about an hour. They sign albums.
For the people that are watching Gatekeeper right now, they might not know that you actually went to record stores. They don't have that anymore. They don't have that today. So promotion today is being done on the internet, being done on TikTok, being done on various platforms. But back in the day, it was going to a record store, going to a mall.
Well, that's the reason we were out on the road, Ron. We weren't, we were there to make money any way we could. If it's merchandising, if it's albums, if it's ticket sales, Molly Hatchet is out there trying to work as hard as they can to sell albums and do a concert to sell more albums.
The question that I have is, if Molly Hatchet was Molly Hatchet 2023, and with what you all did back in the day, and fast forward to today, would Molly Hatchet be as big as they were?
No, not in my opinion, because we reached out to the people. And the way it is today on the internet, you log on to it. You might want to see it. You might want to hear it. Back then, we put it in your face. It was done to sell a product, and the product was Molly Hatchet.
It was so organic. It was so regionalized as opposed to a national setting that it is today. It's international. It's global. Back then, you guys didn't have any of that. And I think that's the reason why people back in the day, there was a connection that you guys gave to your fans that today's fan does not have.
Wherever we could go to push the product, It didn't matter if it was a secondary market, a third market, but we were there to connect with the people. When you connect with the people, you sell albums, you sell concert tickets, and that's what it was all about back in 1978 to 1987 when I was with Molly Hatchet.
If it wasn't for Keith Jughead Johnson, if it wasn't for Mike Cavanist, who was the guitar tech, and the sound and the light guys, there is no show. And you guys really are the unsung heroes.
When you've got 3 semis out on the road and you've got 3 tour buses out on the road filled with a band, the opening band, or you're opening for another band, and then you've got staging, you've got lights and sound and 2 more semis. I mean, you've got, it looks like a band of gypsies going up the road. You know what, Ron? And I wouldn't change it for the world. Those times and experiences that I had were unbelievable. And with that being said, Ron, from Studio 1J in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida, stand by for the next episode of The Gatekeeper.